Hey, what's up guys, it's Texuma talking to you here, and today I'm going to review the iPhone XS in 2021. And with iOS 15 Beta 2 installed in, I will show you some new features that I found out from the few hours I've been using it. And I hope you enjoy it. I think the iOS 15 Beta 2, by the way, is very stable, but before you go into it, I will review the phone in 2021. So, roll the intro. The iPhone XS is a pretty great phone. As you can see, it has a round body design, which is quite different from the squared off shape from the iPhone 12 Pro. But in the hands, feels way more comfortably than the iPhone 12 Pro because its round off corners fit very well on your hand. I had forgot how well did they fit because I'm used to it on the iPhone 12 Pro. But with the iPhone XS, it's almost perfect fit on your hand. And I miss this fit. Although I like the iPhone 12's look, I prefer this fit. So if you enjoy these round off corners when compared to the iPhone 12 Pro, the iPhone XS or even 11 Pro, it's a great choice for you. Then the display. The display is amazing. It has an OLED screen, which compared to the iPhone 12 Pro, I can't notice almost any difference. The iPhone 12 Pro is of course an XDR display with more brightness, but this display is pretty bright too, and it's pretty great. I have no complaints about it. And I think that this device in 2021 can battle with other displays. The bezels are a bit thicker than you are used to because the iPhone 12 Pro has a little bit slimmer bezels, but the display is still very good. And I think it's not as yellow tint as the iPhone 12 Pro. So if you enjoy this display, it's not a bad thing about the iPhone XS in 2021. Well, the speakers, as you can hear now, I will show you a sound test, are still good. Not amazing, a good. So for 3 out of 5 or 3.5 out of 5. The iPhone 12 Pro is a 4.5. There's Android phones with way better speakers, but this iPhone XS does the job. The speakers are good, they do not disappoint, and in 2021, for the money you can buy this phone, which is 350 to 400 bucks, or even 450, which would be more expensive, they are good enough and you won't notice any difference. By the way, if you are comparing the XS against the XS Max, the only thing that will make the difference is battery life. My battery life on the iPhone XS is not that good. It lasts me 3 hours and a half on heavy use and 4 hours and 4 hours and a half on medium use. So what that means is, if you are a light user, you may last the whole day. But if you are a power user or a medium powered user, like you just check your social media, take some photos, play some games, the phone won't last you the whole day because this iPhone XS has a small battery and the chip is not as efficient as the A14. So it lasts you around until 5 p.m., 6 p.m. and then you will have to charge. But luckily this iPhone supports fast charging, so it will charge very, very quickly. Another thing that is not that good on the iPhone XS is the cameras. The cameras on this phone are meh. It only has 2 cameras, a telephoto and a wide camera. While the front cameras on this phone are the same as the iPhone 12 Pro, the iPhone XS rear cameras feature the first HDR version, then the second came with the 11 Pro and the third came with the 12 Pro. The only thing that this sucks very much is in nighttime photography. As you can see on these examples, this phone is not that great. It messes everything up, doesn't take that good of photos when compared to the 11 Pro or even the 12 Pro. But during the day, and if you have very good lighting, this phone excels when compared to 80% of the phones on the market with this price. So the iPhone XS, for its price, has pretty amazing HDR with good lighting and pretty amazing daytime shooting. And the video is very good still. so it's not as good as this phone. If I switched cameras, it would notice, but the iPhone XS has very, very good shooting capabilities and won't disappoint you in terms of cameras. And by the price you're paying, you maybe lose the ultra wide camera, which is quite funny to use on the iPhone 12 mini or 12 or even the 11, but the XS is a pretty great phone with a premium build. So I think it's very, very average in 2021. Finally, before we end this review in 2021 of the iPhone XS, I want to talk about the most important thing, the chip. So you might be worried that this chip is slow. Oh, it's 3 years old. It came out in 2018. Well, let me tell you, my iPad Pro features the A12X, and it's one of the most powerful chips, or maybe the powerfulest I have on the house. So you might bet that the iPhone XS A12 chip is powerful too. I run iOS 15 Beta 2, which is very unstable normally, and it runs just fine. Very fast, very responsive. I didn't have any problems loading very heavy games like PUBG, or even playing Subway Surfers, or even loading Asphalt 9, or every other game that is very, very heavy on this phone. I used to play, I think it was Fortnite when it was available on this phone. I tried it out and it played just fine. So the A12 is just very powerful. You won't need it. It's powerful enough for you. I have here the scores for an Antutu. You can see has about 42,000 when compared to the iPhone XS, which is 65,000. So about a 30%, 20% jump. But these phones, they are incredible. You won't notice almost a difference. The 50% jump, I think you have, it's not that much of a difference. You have 20,000 points, so it's a 50% jump. But what can I say? The iPhone XS A12 is very powerful. You won't notice any single delay, and I bet that Apple will support this phone for a long time. So recently they have supported the iPhone 6s for almost 7 years now, and this iPhone is only 3. So if you buy it right now, you will have 4 years of support, and that's more than an Android phone from 2021. So you will have more support than a flagship Android phone in 2021, which is just crazy. So this iPhone XS in 2021 is definitely worth it. If you can find a refurbished one, even better. But if you get it new from some store that wants to clear out inventory, it's a good deal too. But my opinion, get a refurbished phone because the new ones are very rare and they are very expensive. Now, let's get into iOS 15 Beta 2 on the iPhone XS and my experience on it. So, as you can see on the screen right now, I have iOS 15 running on my iPhone XS, and this is the Beta 2. How do I know? Because you can see here that I have the maps with a new logo. So this new logo is pretty cool, and even if you open the Maps app, you have this new important thing that where you have different maps and stuff, and it's pretty cool. But one of the things that excited me the most was the FaceTime app. Finally, I can show you how it works. So if I want to open the FaceTime app, as you can see here, I can create an hiperligação, or I can create a link to send to everyone, and I can create a new FaceTime call. So guys, here it is, the FaceTime demo you have been waiting for. So I have 2 devices here on iOS 15 Beta running FaceTime, and they are already connected on a call. As you can see, it's the iPhone 8, the iPhone XS. So let's start the screen recordings together, and let's just see who beats it out. The iPhone XS and the iPhone 8, both phones right here. But as you can see, I'm looking right now at you and I'm looking at you. So you can see them on the screen, and it's pretty funny because these 2 phones right close to me are on the same FaceTime call, and I can notice the difference between the cameras, which is just crazy. But let's now try to show you some features. So as you can see on the iPhone XS, if I turn on the portrait mode thing, so if I turn on or turn off, as you can see, it's different on the iPhone 8. The perception, it turns out different, and you can turn it off on the iPhone again too. So let me try to show you. It's not here. We can do it. Well, I don't know how to do it, but let's try to share our screen then. Share my screen. So I'm sharing my screen with the iPhone 8 here, and it taps showing screen share and share play, and then it should be able to see something, right? Let me just try to show you something. You can see that Pip works on FaceTime too, so now it's amazing. You can see everyone, but I don't think it's working, which is sad. Let's turn off it then. What more can I say? What more can I show? I want to see the screen. This is weird. Let me see if I can share my screen. Now this one should be able to see the screen. The phones are getting very hot right now. You will not holding them, but I'm noticing that the phones are getting very hot and it's not working, as you see. So this is still on works from Apple, but this iPhone XS is getting very, very hot. The iPhone 8, not that much. XS is getting very hot. But sorry, I can show you this, but screen share was finished. So now let's get back to the cameras and get back to the Pip. And didn't work. That's sad. But what can you do? So more things I can do right now to show you. Okay, music. So now let's get to music and share play. So I think that the share features are not working. So that's pretty bad from my end, but well, you can see the both FaceTime calls are working, but I cannot show you a lot of the features. So the most I could show you were these background screens. So that's it for the FaceTime view and for the FaceTime demo. So FaceTime was pretty cool. Did you enjoy it? Yes, I did. But now you have other options that you didn't have before on iOS 15 Beta 1. One of the things now is opening the Settings app, and now you can see that all of the settings like are rounded, and this is pretty cool. So the experience on the iOS 15 Beta 2 is being very incredible, very fast. As you can see, it doesn't stutter anything. It's very fast, it doesn't have any crashes, and I think that this iPhone is pretty fast for what it is. You have the camera with the live text, so I can try to scan it. Let's get this HomePod mini box here and put it right there, and the live text will try to catch it. Let's see if it works. No, it's not working right now. Maybe it's not working on this beta, but the live text should work. And let's try to get the sound to change. So let's open FaceTime. It's not here. Okay, here it is. So now you have these options. You can turn on FaceTime background blur. So if I turn it on, when I start the FaceTime call, it will blur my screen. And I have the two different types of microphone you have. You have the standard one, you have isolating. I think I need to open FaceTime. Okay, let's open FaceTime and let's try it out. So right now it doesn't open, so let me close out FaceTime. And right, it doesn't let me to change, but if you want to, you can use the transparency mode and the ANC for your FaceTime call, which is pretty cool. And as I showed you before, it works very well with the share play and stuff. But what are your thoughts on the iOS 15 beta? As I told you, this iPhone XS is pretty amazing. It's running the beta. The battery life has been a little bit worse than normal, but that's normal. It's a beta. It's not even a public beta. It's a developer beta. But this phone is pretty incredible. I recommend you getting it on 2021 for a fair price, of course, and you can find it refurbished with more than 80% on its battery. You have a pretty good deal there. I recommend Amazon Renewed program. But what are your thoughts? Do you enjoy the iPhone XS? Do you think it's a pretty beautiful phone, or do you think it's old and outdated? What's your opinion? Don't forget to leave a comment down below. I have a video on this phone recommending it against the iPhone 12 Pro and comparing them to. It's a little bit old now, but you can see it. It's on my channel right there. And don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to give your opinion, don't forget to know the notification bell if you like the video. And this was Tech Sumer talking to you here. Bye.